comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots. Welcome, sinners. This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome all you sinners. Today is Thursday, and so that means it is time for Sports Idiot Nation, the weekly recap show that comes to you twice a week to talk all things sports, comedy, pop culture, and sports with balls. And so that is why we're here today. We welcome our buddy Jeff back. He was on a while back for a smidge, and then his internet broke in half.
Yeah.
And, if I remember right, we're like, well,
space-time continuum just crashed.
Dude, that was such a nightmare. Oh,
that was crazy, man. So we have our fingers crossed for today, but we wanted to get into a little bit of your story, talk a little bit of post Super Bowl stuff for all of us creators in the sports world. It's like a little bit of womp womp, but so we want to find out what you're up to. Let me start by asking you this. You understand the dynamic of a name, sports with balls, being from the get-go just being quite hilarious, right? Like, was that the thought? Like, how did this come about?
well, that story. I don't know if I can say this on air. I mean, are we PG or are we
You're good.
There was some extracurricular activities involved with
Do
that.
tell.
Well, I'm sitting in the garage, man, and I don't partake in the green leaf that often. In fact, I haven't probably done it since high school, which is a long time ago, right? And I'm in my garage, and I was sitting there thinking, we had been watching ESPN. I've been told a long time for my whole life, because I played sports my whole life, and they were like, dude, everything you say, they end up saying on TV. Like, you got to do something with the radio. You got to somehow get in front of people, get yourself in front of the camera, whatever. So I'm sitting down in the garage. This is years and years later. My buddy he partakes in that stuff quite a bit and does he comes over with a backpack and sits down in my man cave in my garage, and he breaks out this whole kit, dude. And he's like, a part of smoking the ganja that I've never seen before in my life, man. I'm like, wow, like how much higher can you get? Like, that is insane. And so I swear to God, dude, he looks at me and he's like, sports with balls, bro. I swear that's how it happened. And I was like, and I immediately got on the computer, and I was like, I got on LegalZoom, isn't that right? LegalZoom, whatever, to get on and to see like if the domain was taken or whatnot, blah, blah. And I'll be damned, I cleared it off the board on everything. I was like, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. I was like, boom, boom, boom. And so that's basically how the name came about, right? And then I had to figure out how, what I was going to do with it, right? Because the name was great, and then how I was going to utilize social media platforms, stuff like that, and try to do a show that was almost like the old school ESPN, man, 30-minute Sports Center type deal, And I was tired of sports being political, and ESPN had completely changed into what it is now and away from what it was when I was growing up, which was a lot of fun. It had these cameos, it had these commercials. It was a blast. Yeah. It was so much fun to watch, and they had gotten away from that, and I missed that. So that's how the whole ball got rolling on it. And started the Sports with Balls Facebook page, and then, the rest is history. I mean, there's a lot more, but
so
that's right.
So real quick, you guys, let's go through a couple. So I'm a huge Dan Patrick fan. So there's a whiff. Let's go through. There's Booyah. Like Kenny Mayne.
Back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to go. I was going to back.
Yeah, dude.
You could in Fuego. He's in Fuego.
Kenny Mayne.
Let it.
What I love about
Kenny
Mayne.
He'd say, "Dare I say it?" in Fuego.
Yeah. Here's what I love about Kenny Mayne. It would be, he would read the script perfectly the way that anchor should, and then he would say, Jeff Bagwell hit 47 home runs, not in this game. That'd be a record.
Yeah, that'd be a record.
Just, it was so oh man, he was on point. Jack Edwards with hockey and man,
all those old school dudes. Dude, they created ESPN, right? Chris Berman started it with a long time ago. What was that? Early late 70s, somewhere right there. And they created something very special, and none of those guys are there anymore. Like, it's
Right.
just it is a completely different network. Which, look, I'm not bashing ESPN. I worked for them for a while, in sports map radio and stuff like that. But it's a different route. It's just a different
There's
show
a
than it
couple.
was.
I like Van Pelt. I like a couple guys on.
Van Pelt's there for sure. But
He's kinda old school.
there was guys that had to conform that did, and the other guys were like, no. Like I love the Dan Patrick show. I don't know if y'all watch that in the mornings now or listen to it,
All the
but
time.
that dude is still on fire. The Danette, the
He
whole
is.
thing, like that guy,
yeah.
his delivery, just a great show.
The
he's the
whiff.
best.
I still love his baseball stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
so good. Okay, so then let's fast forward. Where obviously, I'm not going to just ask where can we find you. Obviously, Sports with Balls. You type
Sure.
that in, and you're going to find you. But so, what's the dynamic of when you do your shows, and what can we expect moving forward? That kind of thing.
So obviously NFL wrapping up now. I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Usually, I was trying to do dailies right when the NFL's around and during playoffs. Well, especially in the heat of all four major sports going right. But then once NFL falls off, content is you don't want to beat a horse to death, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So enough about the Super Bowl. It's the Thursday afterwards. Like enough. So I'll try to do shows Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now, if not Tuesdays and Thursdays, up until baseball season really gets rolling. And I'll tell you why. By the way, I know Tennessee, the Memphis Grizzlies, man. Oof. They look good, bro.
Dude,
the reason I say that is because I don't like to get into the NBA until right before the playoffs. It's so it's just not entertaining. I'll be honest with you, man. It's just not. I mean, the teams that are going to be there. It's like blah blah blah, and of course the big trade just happened, and I'm sure we'll get into that in a minute. But
Yeah.
So it's just right now we're in that kind of lull sports period. Where it's, I don't want to beat the NFL draft to death, right? I don't want to get into too much preseason baseball, and basketball's not even at the All-Star break yet. It's just sort of like, okay, well, I'll wait till NBA season gets around to the playoffs and I'll start doing more shows. But yeah, probably Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on pretty much every platform.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we were discussing right before you popped on. It was just like, it takes forever for baseball to get interesting. We all love it. We all love to watch it. We all grew up with it. It's probably our
the storylines. The storylines got to develop, right? Yeah.
But it's like, it takes so long, and it's like you can't sit there and talk about that. People turn you off in the first 10 minutes of the show, and you can only go so far with the NBA as well. So it's like that's why we're kind of like thinking, a lot of this offseason in between NFL is great for networking and just promoting, shouting out folks, and and that's really obviously really I've got me
collabs.
To think to bring you on today. So
I will tell you, last year the Major League Baseball gave us a great story prior to the season starting with Ohtani and the gambling scandal. That was fantastic. Which, by the way, everyone forgot about.
Of course,
I said that, dude, Jeff. That's so funny that you bring that up because I brought that up on this very show roughly a month ago when we were going over storylines of 2024. That I said, isn't it interesting that this is the first time that anyone is even talking about it, and it's because I'm doing a recap of the year, and it's like he's good. He's going to go for 50 stolen bases and 50 home runs. So 50,
he's just learning our culture. Let's just let him slide.
I got a question for both of y'all here. Since we're on the Ohtani thing real quick, I got a question. Would you let him pitch if you're the Dodgers? You just won a World Series. You just landed better pitchers. Would you let him pitch? What would be the point of that?
No way. Like, you already have the people there. You already have the butts in the seats. Like, what do you need? Like, no, it's, don't need to feed the animals. Just let him do his thing, like let him do what he's meant to do.
The reason I would is because I want to run his body into the ground because I'm a Giants fan.
There you go.
I like them apples.
Hey, because if he does pitch, it's coming. It's an injury. Like 100%. He'll get injured and Just that guy is a phenom, man.
Go
And
Giants.
I would hate to look. I'm not a Dodger. Everybody knows I'm an Astros fan. If you follow sports with balls, and you're not supposed to be a certain on a national show. You're supposed to say bias, right? But dude, and I generally do football, basketball, and I'm non-biased. But with baseball, I'm super biased about the Astros, right? So,
Speaking of
About the asterisks.
speaking of Texas, being in Texas, and we just touched a little bit there. He kind of foreshadowed, but what was the ripple even down from Dallas to Houston, like just with the whole Luka trade? Like, was this Texas just in a complete uproar? Because I'm sure there's Mavericks fans all over the state, just like there's Spurs fans all over the state.
And we're seeing videos of boos when like the owners and when they walk in the state. It's like
the guys that showed up with
bad?
the casket. The guys showed up with a casket at the funeral.
I'm waiting for the Deshaun. I'm waiting for the Deshaun Watson and like Anthony Davis like memes to pop up somewhere, dude, because that was a terrible deal. And now we're seeing Davis is hurt indefinitely.
He's gone.
So
Now I'll say this: can you imagine with the injury to Anthony Davis? Could you imagine if maybe they had guard help, like if they had a guy like Luka or Jalen Brunson? Like, can you imagine the Mavericks team?
So the initial reaction was Mark Cuban, right? So everybody was like, "Oh, Mark Cuban," and then it went around pretty quick. Like, by the way, he sold the team. That's not his. This wasn't his deal, right? So as soon as people found out about that, it was sort of like, what the hell are they doing? What are the Mavericks doing? Not only like what are they doing like future wise with the franchise, but like that is the franchise. All your jersey sales, all the butts in the seats, everything. Like I'm not really sure what did you get back from that, which was trash, really. And it's like, dude, you just traded one of the better players in the NBA. It was a bunch of confusion, but as the Rockets fans in Houston absolutely loved it. The Rockets are playing good basketball right now. So, I think they just had a 7-game losing streak, but they seem to snap that.
They took a slide. They took a slide, but they're still playing good ball.
They got a couple of guys on that squad that are really, really good. They got some good draft picks, but I think they've had 10 draft picks in the top 3 rounds in the past 3 or 4 years. I mean, they've done pretty well for themselves coming out of the draft.
Yeah, no, they've done good, but I don't know. I mean, did each team? I mean, of course the Lakers got a little better because they got Luka, but I mean, still though, I mean, I think it's like did anybody really get better? I don't think so.
No, I don't believe so. Look, the consensus was, and everybody's wondering what happened, and Luka's weighing 270 or whatever it was, 240. Who knows, like his actual weight, right? I think somebody put a quote out saying it. If he's 270 and he's the third best guard in the league, well, I'll take it any day, or something like that. But like, I don't know how Luka and Bron are going to mesh. That team is LeBron James. I would love for a couple of these guys to write a book when they get done with the Lakers, or when they get down with like the Cavaliers, the Heat, the Lakers, all these ex-LeBron teammates to come out and finally say, dude, it was a nightmare. Like, that guy, he is the team, right? Like,
of course.
And I don't know how Luka's going to deal with that. I don't know if the Lakers, they did that on purpose for Luka be the future of LA, or are they trying to get LeBron another championship?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it? We were talking about that on the last episode. Is it to keep LeBron around? Is it just a temporary rental? Like what? Yeah, what's really going on?
And what's Bronny doing? I see him on the bench now. Like, is he playing? Is he in the NBA again?
He's part of the big three, man. That's the new big three in LA. It's the new big three. Bronny, Luka, and LeBron.
Bronny, and Luka. All right. Did y'all see what I posted? Did y'all see what I posted on Sports with All's Facebook page? I posted Kim Kardashian said, "Where can I meet Luka?" And everybody's like, "No."
Why not? Why not?
I mean, go for it, dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah, welcome, dude,
to
LA.
If I'm going to LA and I'm Luka, that's my second phone call. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like, dude, why not? Hit me up, Kim. Let's go.
It definitely remains to be seen what happens with the Lakers regarding LeBron and Luka, because they're ball heavy, and it's like there's only one basketball and they are ball dominant, and they can make the right play. I get it, but it's not very complimentary basketball. That's my issue.
Yeah, we all scream about LeBron. About LeBron scoring 27, 33 at 40 years old. Everybody's like, oh, he's getting triple doubles. Well, you could kiss that goodbye. Is he going to take a back seat to Luka?
Right.
Yeah.
Or should he? I mean,
yeah.
Luka's not a bum, but it's still, it's LeBron James. But you look at what I did like about what Dallas got. Now, this is before he got hurt in the first second of playing. But AD is complimentary to because he does something in the NBA. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
Play center?
Defense.
Oh, yeah.
Defense? Anybody? So and that's the problem with Luka is he is Olaying out there.
Sure.
He doesn't
there's
even
not
get
a lot,
back.
Not a lot of defense being played. There's only room for one James Harden in this league,
Yeah,
he still plays.
AD plays defense, and he's friends with Kyrie. They can develop a relationship. That's what I did like. However, if you're not available, which we knew at some point, here we go. And I didn't know in the very first game that was going to happen, but it's like you just roll your eyes, like, well, now Dallas, that was stupid,
Yeah.
So we'll see. So you were talking about the Astros. Just happened. I was talking to T.I. right before you came on that I didn't realize Alex Bregman, as we shift to baseball a little bit, was worth $120 million. But you would know. I guess he is. He's now to Boston. Are you sad to see him go?
Oh, I did. Did I break news? When was this?
Yeah, if you look it up, it just happened like hours ago.
Yeah, I must have been in baseball. I didn't see the Twitter thing.
Yeah, you were with your son, the next Alex Bregman.
Yeah. Hopefully, man. Jeez.
Hey, if it's $120 million, thank you, son.
Dude, that's what we're going for, right? He's 10, so he's got a little ways to go, but hopefully he's the next Alex Bregman. To Boston.
We believe in him. We believe in him.
Look, if Boston got him for 120, that means he didn't want to be in Houston. And Houston Houston already put the pieces together, right? They already signed Cespedes. They signed a few people, like they've got their infield, right? So they were flirting with Altuve going to left field. That made zero sense. Like it really did. So if we were going to keep Bregman, they were going to put Altuve on left. Ball. Yeah. But like it just didn't make a whole lot. Yeah, and they're like, oh well, we signed Breg. Yeah, dude, he's like 5'4". Like, dude, he's not playing left field. But the deal is they don't want Jordan to play any left field anymore. Like maybe a game here and there. They want him to be strictly DH, David Ortiz-ish. So they want Jordan to. So they're trying to basically they've got their infield set. And so signing Bregman would have thrown a really big wrench into it. I think they offered him 3 years, 100. So for Boston to get him, what did they give? 3 years, 120? Is that what they gave him?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it makes sense. Bregman, Boston. He's a good player. Is he past his prime? I don't know. He's still a decent third baseman. He's starting to get a little injuries now. And, I bring this up a lot with sports players. Once you get married and start having kids, the downfall is fast. And it's, it's not necessarily their fault. It's just that family life starts to come first, and they're not grinding as hard in the off season as they were previously. Right. So there is a drop off, and we see that. I think his batting average is probably 20 points lower now, since wife, kids, and family took over, so I hope he does well. Look, Houston will always love Bregman. But there will forever be that interview, right? Like after the 2017 scandal, right? So it is what it is. I'm so glad that the Astros won another one, and they went, a bunch more. So it's not like that. It was a fluke, and they just did that, and it was only 2017. That was a badass team. So they did well, and the Astros and Houston will probably always love Bregman for sure.
Yeah, I think of Brandon Crawford when you say a guy married and kids, and all of a sudden you kind of see for my Giants, it was the same thing, and just see what and San Francisco will always love Brandon Crawford, always. Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing. What we need to do, Ti, for sure, I'm calling it right now. We did a show for when the NFL just started in September, August, whatever, where we had our guy Wayne come on, and it was the four of us. So Miles, who will be back soon. What up, dude? It was me, Miles, Ti, and Wayne, and we went through the divisions for football. I'm calling it right now. We're going to do that for baseball. Yeah, so it'll be me, Miles, Ti, and Jeff. You have to come back on, and we'll break down just the different divisions and the storylines of each division.
Yeah, it was like rapid fire through each division.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And the baseball is my sport. I love baseball. I follow baseball probably closer than any other sport.
And here's how we did it, which is super fun. So, as my team is in the NL West, I was not allowed to cover them.
Yeah.
So I did AL West and like NL East were the two divisions. So you would not be able to do maybe I would do AL West and you would do NL West.
Yep.
TI as a Cardinals fan couldn't do the Central and the NL. He'd have to do AL Central. Miles is a Reds fan, so he would have to do AL or whatever, right? So we would assign each other different divisions to talk through, but not pick our own, and go through the storylines and what we're excited for as far as storylines, who we think are, going to be the heavy hitters of that league, right? Or of that division. And that'll be super fun. I'm calling it right now. Just had the idea. So
I'm in.
You heard it here first.
I just looking at my updates. Yeah, Chandler Rome said Alex Bregman 3 years, 120 Boston. Yeah, so good for him.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean,
money.
Yeah, 3 years, even $40 million.
That's why
I put a question up on. Yeah, man, I put a question up. Is Bregman worth $100 million in 3 years? And a bunch of people were like, no. These are people that live in Houston. I put it on my personal page, and I agreed with them. As much as I love Bregman, I'm not paying him $100 million. I mean, there's plenty of guys. Dude, that's a lot of. That's $40 million a year, dude. Woo! And he'll get another contract after that, probably.
Baseball.
That's towards the end of his baseball. Man, all money now. All these sports with their money is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, for real. I mean, you look at the NBA. Yeah, I can't sit here and say baseball when you can look at the NBA too. I mean,
okay, give me the three major ones, right? NFL, MLB, and NBA. Which one's the most ridiculous contracts?
Man, I guess it depends on the player, because it's like I'll be sitting there watching those NBA contracts, and I'm like, a lot
of people say NBA. Yeah, a lot of people would go NBA.
But you got cats I've never heard of getting these max contracts.
Yeah, so there's a difference. Yeah, the end of the bench guys in the NBA contracts are just ridiculous. They're making $26 million a year. They never even see the floor. Those are ridiculous. Yeah. But then, like you were about to say, the MLB, when you see $600, $700 million, you're like, wait.
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Juan Soto isn't worth that much money. I'm sorry. That's not.
No one is.
There'll be a
Barry Bonds isn't.
Then I'll pose this one: what sport will give the first $1 billion contract or percentage of the team?
Right, that's
true,
because that's coming.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. Probably the NBA, man. He'll probably
be
the
Bronny's
NBA.
son.
Yeah, it'll be the Lakers. It'll be the Lakers. The Lakers. Whenever the Lakers try to sign Wemby,
LeBron's
that's what it'll be.
Yeah. Bronny's gonna make the most money ever for a player that's played like the least amount of minutes. He's gonna make like $140 million, and he's played 17 minutes in the NBA.
Yeah,
total.
It's like 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, done.
Averaging like 0.02 points a game.
Do you guys buy into the MJ versus Bron stuff?
I guess it depends on what the argument is. I grew up Jordan guy. Like I'm Jordan all the way, But to me, it's like I've always said this kind of argument is I think Bron is more comparative to Magic style of play because he's just a facilitator, contributor. He's fills up every stat category, can play every position. And Jordan and Kobe to me are a better comparison, but people just don't want to have that argument.
It is brutal.
Yeah. So it's like, I just like, why can't we just appreciate good players and be happy that we got these guys, I mean, no offense to Adam. I know he's a Warriors fan, but I mean, there's these cats that are just like starting this new argument, Steph Curry and Magic Johnson. I'm just like, how did we get to this point? Like, can we just appreciate these people, Like
different eras, different
styles. Yeah, man,
checking, not hand checking.
The game's changed
That's
so
the
much.
big one is the hand
I'm
checking.
a Jordan guy through and through.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
dude, the freedom of movement. We've talked about that.
Yep.
The freedom of movement is a huge deal, and in the early 2000s, when it really started going, you could see that shooting percentages and all that stuff just going a different way, and slashing and just moving without the ball is so different than when Jordan was getting mugged. And
you
calls,
you could literally direct.
I'm not even saying the Jordan rules.
Like you could put your hand on them on their hip and waist, and literally like you're going that way. You're not allowed to go this way, and you can't do any of that like for the last 20 years, really.
No,
like they can go anywhere and do anything, and you have to back off like 4 feet. And that's why the NBA is what it is now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is an unpopular opinion, but it makes you appreciate an Isaiah Thomas, for example, because that dude was not that much taller than us, and he was doing things that like like now. What would Isaiah Thomas do in the league now? Are we serious right now? Like
he wouldn't go to the Olympics
because he's not cool with Michael Jordan. So now we don't talk about it.
He wouldn't be on the dream team.
That's the most ridiculous.
Steph Curry would have beefed with him, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
That's like leaving Steph off of the dream team, dude. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Like, man.
And they were just, and they acted like there wasn't anything personal too. They're just like, nah, we had room for Christian Laettner, but we didn't have room for Isaiah Thomas. Sorry.
Yeah, man, dude, unbelievable. But I gotta pop this in. I know we might be running up against it, but you guys started, and maybe an affiliate with you guys, NASCAR Idiot Nation, bro. I freaking love NASCAR, and I'm not like I don't know. I know Joey, like I know all the names, whatever, and I don't watch it religiously. But man, when that shit's on TV, bro, I love it. And now that you see all the fighting and these guys going at it, dude. I love NASCAR. Like I got a feeling it's gonna move up into the big four here pretty soon. And look, I already know in the southeast or whatever, it's up there. It's huge. Don't get me wrong, but dude, NASCAR's fun to watch, man. NASCAR is a blast.
Yeah, it is huge, dude. It's huge, man. That's shout out to Devin. That's Devin running Racing Idiot Nation over there. He's a big racing guy. Loves NASCAR.
It's called Racing Idiot Nation.
Racing.
Okay.
Yeah, Racing Idiot Nation. Just because it's trying to hit all the avenues there, but yeah, mainly
stuff. Yeah,
a lot of NASCAR heavy, but yeah, no. I've got a lot of friends that are into racing. You're right, man. The South is huge.
If I could pick a sport to do, I'm not even joking. If I could pick a sport to do, it'd be NASCAR. 100%.
Hey, why not?
I would be. Oh my god, dude! Pedal the metal. Let's go, dude. You just get to race.
Yeah, who doesn't want to Ricky? Yeah, dude, who doesn't want to Ricky Bobby out there?
My wiener dog's name was Ricky Bobby, and he was a national wiener dog champion, dude. I swear to God, bro. And he just passed away last year. He's 18 years old, and we named him Ricky Bobby after that movie, man. And dude, he won he started winning races at the horse tracks. He started winning races at the horse tracks. Then he won at the Texans game, like not once but twice. He started getting invited everywhere, so we took him to the Wiener Dog Nationals in a limo bus, bro. And we pulled up jamming, bass, everything. Boom! Oh my god, we were jamming like Tupac and walking out. There's like 300 wiener dogs there, dude, and we just pull up in a limo bus with Ricky Bobby.
My gangster wiener dog. It's my gangster
awesome.
Wiener dog. Dude, busting out some Tupac.
Yeah, it was
bad
great.
You weren't in Indiana. You could have rented my limo bus.
You're walking out the leash, like all eyes on me.
It was awesome, dude. It's so much fun. I miss that dog.
That's hilarious.
Definitely,
dude, it's so funny. I always talked about like how like dog competitions and stuff, like it's such a big thing, but it's also such a weird thing, and it's like somehow we have just morphed it into society where it's like this is just a normal part of society. We have this competitions where we show off our dogs.
This lady juiced her husband.
Around, like, you know.
I mean, This lady was cussing her husband out like they just got a divorce because Ricky Bobby had beat their dog, and I guess they had trained their dog for however long, man. And like she was like, it was like if it was it would have been a bleep 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 bleep.
You know you're gonna lose.
Oh,
Ricky
dude,
Bobby.
she was going nuts on her husband just because he didn't yell the right way for the dog to run straight. I was like, holy crap! I mean, they're taking this stuff serious. And my dog would show up and they'd be like, "Damn it, Ricky Bobby's here!" They'd be all mad. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's the thing. Once they saw Ricky Bobby was on the list, they knew they were losing.
They got it. If you see in the corner right above me, that's Ricky him Bobby. Right there. You see him right there in a race? That's him in a race right there. Can y'all see him back there? Yeah. That's him in his jersey in a race at the horse track.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's him. He was
hilarious.
Awesome. Yeah, man, dogs are good, dude.
Rest in peace,
shout out to
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to episode 25. Episode 25 is Racing Idiot Nation. Has over 1,000 views. That is with Devin. He kind of gets into all of that. We have
maybe he should do wiener dog
before
race
the show as well, Jeff. Like so many.
Yeah,
that's what we need. Like add it to the list because we can go through. We have Hoops Idiot Nation. We have Turtles because somehow in our first 20 episodes we talked about the Ninja Turtles. Somehow, some way,
we
found a way to do it. It was really weird.
I love it.
So Turtles Idiot Nation and Turtles Idiot Nation on Facebook has more likes than Sports Idiot Nation. It's father.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Dude, wild. It's so funny in this business. It's never. It is just so funny. It's never what you started. It's always something. It's always something that happened after that, bro. It's so crazy. It leads into something else, man. It's just nuts, bro. It happens in every avenue, actually. I had a really cool Ninja Turtle comic, but
we love being part of the Idiot Nation, and so which is the perfect reason why you're here.
Yeah,
no offense.
Thank you very much.
It works out perfect.
It's just. I mean, again, like going back to the sports with balls, like just the name is just perfect. I remember the very first time I came across your work. I mean, we've talked about this before, I've talked on the phone, like I admired your work ethic from afar, and just really was like, man, I love the name. The name just cracked me up. Every time I just said it, it just made me laugh, Now hearing the story of how it came about, it's like putting the two and two together is just, I'm just like I'm picturing your buddy, like in Half Baked, and Jon Stewart. It's like,
yeah, man.
Like, have you ever looked at a $5 bill on weed?
Dude.
That's like your buddy. Your buddy's like, hold on, I've got it.
Yeah,
you ever done?
Dimitri.
You like sports, but what about sports with balls?
Dude, that is. I mean, I'm telling you, it was almost identical, dude.
Right now,
he was baked, and I was like, thank God I was sober. I was like, damn, okay, let me type that in real quick, dude. Now you guys have done a great job of what y'all have done
and
with.
He's out.
Oh, dude, are we having connection issues again?
Just like last time.
Finally,
I mean, that's pretty perfect.
No,
we made it.
All right, Jeff, before your internet breaks in half again, let us know where we can find you and how often you go live.
Yeah, man, like I said at the beginning of the show, trying to do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now, with it being the lull of the sports period right now. Just go look, Sports with Balls on Facebook, Sports with Balls on YouTube, or LinkedIn, or TikTok's actually doing pretty well now on Sports with Balls. It's on every pretty major platform. And then after I do the live show, obviously, I immediately downloaded a podcast version. So it's on Apple, Spotify. Those are the two big ones. You can just type in Sports with Balls, and I'm right there, man. It's actually been going really well lately, which is surprising to me with things kind of falling off and doing whatever. But man, the views and everything have been skyrocketing. And look, guys, I want to say thank you for having me on again. And look, it was way better this time. Okay, so we'll try to get it perfect next time.
We're this close.
We're this close.
We got it.
Yep, we're definitely going to have you on for that baseball idea.
Definitely.
That'll be super fun to talk.
Yeah, we'll have you back on for sure. More, like I said, we're trying to build this network and everything with all of you like-minded folks and fellow degenerates and sinners. So
yeah, love what you're doing, guys. Keep it up.
All right,
thanks
guys. And
thanks for coming on, brother.
See you Monday.
Yeah, hit me up whenever you guys want.
Okay, all you sinners, follow Sports Idiot Nation on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Like us on Facebook, and remember, the most fun way to watch us is on YouTube every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you can be updated when new content drops. Remember, the podcast can also be found on the usual suspects of Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Always remember, don't be an idiot.
Sinner.